Alright guys, I promised I would do just a bowl blend. So the valve job hasn't been touched. The bowl blend is what I consider a deep bowl blend. I did not do the guide, I did not touch the valve job. But obviously we got some liquid improvement. I mean, that looks nice and white on the side of that bowl. I'm actually quite happy with the way that turned out so far. I did take a lot of metal out of the bowl. Okay. I was quite impressed with how thick these castings are. 300 plus most areas. That means if you're a do-it-yourself type of guy, you basically can take 100 thousandths off everywhere if it's not a corroded head, and you should be more than safe. We got a little dicum on the valve, on the evaporation ridge, and this very edge here has got blue on it. A couple little splatters, but overall pretty good for a bowl blend. Let's take a few more views of this. Oh, before I forget, I always seem to forget, let's take a look at the bore adapter. Okay, the flow around the bore adapter is quite a bit different. Completely stock, it only had a small coating at the very top. Okay, deep bowl blend means I took part of the guide boss out, but it's nowhere near shaped the way DV did it. You can see I definitely did parts, the bowl was considerably wider than it was. But there are still spots on the bowl that have the stock finish. Because of the way the stock bowl is designed, it's bigger than it should be in certain spots, I should say. Okay, the pinch hasn't been touched, so it's quite tight. And I did do some work on the short side. Let's flip it and take a look. Okay, you can see the short side radius did get widened a little bit on both sides, according to the air speeds. I did not really change the top of the short side radius. You can still see the casting marks from the mold. You can see the dicum still has very much a straight head. Okay, the other side of the short side radius got the cuts removed, blended, widened a touch, done. Okay, so how did we do as far as flows? Let's take a look at our flows, guys. I don't know if I mentioned it already on this video, sorry, but that bowl blend took me about 3 hours, so it's not a little bit of a bowl blend, it's a lot of a bowl blend. How do we do as far as flow? Well, plus, 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 plus. Our peak was 210 at about 480. Our peak here was 184. That's a decent step up for just doing the bowl. As far as our swirl, it's hit or miss, but it doesn't go backwards as far. So it's a step in the right direction. But it also went backwards in a different spot. This was 680 positive. This was 972 backwards. All right, this is 2030 backwards. This was 1072. This was 2,450 backwards. This is 2,237 forwards. Okay, so the swirl curve is improving. Is it where we need it? Not yet. No. Now let's take a look at our air speeds. This was the stocker. And I put the pluses and minuses on here. The pinch went up quite a bit because it's the same size and it's passing a lot more air. So that makes sense. The center of the cylinder went up considerably. the cylinder wall side went up a little bit. It gives you an idea where the air changed from side to side, right? And as far as short side, center of the cylinder went up 1, but the other 2 went up quite a bit. 399 is fast. We got a lot of air going past the short side radius. That was at 550 lift. And if you look at the curve, 550 is already having problems with the short side. It's already past separating on the short side. Why did I stop it there? Because those air speeds are in reference to the last one I did that was at 550. And I'm going to probably, since that's the size cam we're probably going to be using, that's where my air speeds are going to be measured from. Tonight I plan on doing the exhaust bowl. I don't know, it's already late. I had to get a bunch of stuff together for DV. I may not get that done tonight. But that's going to be our next video coming up. It's just going to be the bowl blend on the exhaust. Same idea. I'm just going to do the bowl and we'll compare it to the completely stock one. And then we'll move on step by step like that for guys that are trying to learn this. You know, what area gives us the biggest gains? Okay? So, for doing just a deep bowl blend, we got a nice pickup. Now remember, the chamber hasn't been touched. Valve job hasn't been touched. By the way, if you put a good intake manifold on that, I make a nice warm 318.
Yeah, deeper.
Alright guys, can't think of anything else I need to talk to you about. I do. DV's coming up with a video where it's the chunk of the 675 after I've done a little work to it. The info that he has is not even up to date because I did some more changes to it and I haven't measured it. So in reality, they're going to be a touch different, but they're not necessarily better. Just FYI. Alright guys, I can't think of anything else. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.